to get the boys with the drugs?
It was easier for me to actually engage and communicate with guys instead of like backing down or shying away. With the crystal meth, I'm out there. I'm more forward in engaging.
Okay. Now, how much money in one day would you actually spend on drugs?
Not a hell of a lot, really.
Okay. So,
Well, it depends. I mean,
You was me, right? What you want me, right?
me personally, a 40 bag of Tina would last me a couple days.
okay. Now, would you share that with anybody, or just do it by yourself?
Well, it depends. If you're a hot bottom, then maybe. All right.
That's amazing. Now,
Okay,
if you were to see the young children today, what would you tell them about drug use and the behavior that you actually took part of? What would you tell the young people out there today, or just anybody that you see are heading down that path?
Think twice about getting or starting, whether it be crack or heroin or crystal meth. But then again, in the same token, I'm not here to tell anybody anything. Everybody, like, I mean, I learned the hard way,
Okay.
right? People are going to learn what they want to learn, I guess, when it comes to the drug cartel.
Now, how often in the last year would you say you've done drugs? Once a week, twice a week, three
Well, like I
times a
said,
week?
it depends, because there was times where I went like 2 weeks smoking crystal meth, and then there was like times where I went like a couple months without using. So it depends. It varies.
All right. So now, do you have a boyfriend?
I
Are you in
do.
a relationship at the
I
moment?
am.
Now, what is this? Is this person also doing crystal meth?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So the two of you have an understanding. Now, so you're responsible? You're a
Yes,
responsible
yes.
meth user.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. So
I'm,
maybe,
how can I say it? Functional crystal meth user. I pay my bill, I pay my cable, I pay my bills, I pay my rent. Everything's paid before I even dabble.
now, are you still escorting?
No, actually, I see my sugar daddy twice a month, and that's good enough.
Okay. Now, how often do you think about? Does this when you're actually doing the drugs? Do you actually think of having other partners, or are you stuck with just one partner?
No, my partner has asked me. I mean, we've communicated, engaged with each other about having threesomes. But when it comes down to it, it's not a good thing. It doesn't go.
Now, Nirvana, how much money have you spent on drugs or alcohol? And do you use drugs once a week or twice a week?
Usually, actually 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay. Now, how much money do you actually spend a week on drugs or alcohol?
In a week's time, it'd probably be anywhere from $600 to $800. And I used to be a massive addict with some things at a young age due to experiences and life problems. But at the end of the day, I've cut down by over like 3/4 of the way. I'm only at 1/4.
Now,
And I'm still proud, but I still have addiction and I'm gonna conquer it one day.
have you sought help for your addiction?
Yes, I have sought help for my addiction.
Like what did you do?
Camp.
Where?
I went through KMH also. I knew I had an issue, I had mental health issues and physical issues, but at the end of the day I knew I had a problem and I knew what was wrong with me. And I fought for my rights to go in there. I had seizures at the time. I broke down and they had to wheel me in, and I said I'm not leaving this hospital till I get the answers.
Now,
They medicated me. I had a few addictions to the pills though, but I had a high immune system where sometimes I got affected by those. But it made me a bigger and stronger person knowing that I had to fight for something. I know I could make it right.
now, how do you feel about other addicts? When you're around other addicts, how does it make you feel? When you see the reaction of the public and they're watching people that they presume are drug addicts or alcoholics, because people watching you from a distance only assume because you're in the park. I'm going to be honest, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, and I drink very rarely. So my goal here is for my audience to have an understanding about the crystal meth, the alcohol, the sexual addictions that we all sometimes suffer, whether we're away from family, we've lost our family, we've lost our job, we've lost our pride, we've been hurt in relationships. This is why I'm doing this show, is because I want it to be an educational show. And I want people to understand that we are serious about cleaning up the community and getting the people that need help the help that they need. It's my job to do that.
Good for you, Stephanie.
Thank you very much. Now, Matt, you had a wife, right? Did you have a wife, or were you ever married?
Nobody asked me.
Okay, were you ever married?
Nobody asked me.
Oh, nobody ever asked you. Now, Nirvana, since you're the young one, are you in a relationship?
I've actually been in a few. I've recently, only within the last 3 years, been in a gay relationship with a gay partner. I've had bi-curious coming out, if not straight men, approach me and have relationships, if not females. I have an ex-wife and one ex-fiance.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've heard of CAMH. We've all heard of CAMH. Now, has any of you been there?
No.
Now, what is your experience you had with CAMH?
I had 2 experiences with CAMH.
Mm-hmm.
The first time was when I was signing myself in as a patient, checking myself in, and defending my own rights and health, knowing I had issues and seizures, and finally overcoming my problems with addiction and drug use of alcohol and other substances, and telling them I need help. And the second time was when I got put in and accused of something that never happened. I fought it in court, and you know what, it came out that it was nothing what it was supposed to be, but due to the medication and stuff, that they thought I was going into an epileptic seizure, and I made it